Okay, welcome everybody to Managing Your Course Content in Box. This session is going to cover how you can share information from your Box account out to Blackboard. It's not currently integrated with Blackboard. We're hoping down the line that at some point that it will be integrated with the system. But for now, we're going to talk about how you share information via Box. So following this session, I want you to be able to go tell a friend or a colleague how to do the following. Discuss the basic features of Box, the interface, what's incorporated into that, how to upload documentation to Box, and also how to create, share, and embed Box resources in your Blackboard courses. So first and foremost, and you guys probably know how to do this, how to access Box. Box is located when you log into My UMBC. It's under the applications, the dial pad area, and you can access Box right through My UMBC, or if you want to go directly to the site, you can type in box.umbc.edu and it will have you log in and authenticate. Box is UMBC's preferred cloud storage provider. As you can see, we have three. We have Box, Google Drive, and Office 365, which it has OneDrive. Box is domestic, meaning its servers are housed within the United States. That's why it is our preferred secure cloud storage area for use by our users. But we do have access to all three of those. So when we're taking a look at the Box interface, Box was recently updated within the past 4 to 5 months. So if you know the old Box, it's slightly different. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see your menu items where you can access favorites, things you've accessed recently. You can go and look in the trash of things you deleted if you need to recover. In the center of the page, you'll find your folders, and you'll notice that in this screenshot, there's two different types of colors of folders. The first is the blue one. This means that this folder has been shared by you or another person, and it's a collaborative folder, meaning it has collaborators on it who can access the folder. The ones that look like the normal manila folders that you use, to file things away in file cabinets if you use the old school way, those are folders that you've created that have not been shared with anybody, or you haven't invited collaborators to. Over here, you'll see when the files were updated, or the last person that was in the folder and has updated them. You'll see how the number of files also contained within the folder that you're trying to access, and I've added some tags and things to my folders. That way I can search for them easily, but we'll talk about that. So Box has unlimited storage. So at UMBC, we signed a contract a couple years ago with Box, and we have unlimited storage. Your current Blackboard course has about 500 gigabytes of space. So one of the reasons we talk about Box is because if instructors, which a lot of you do, are using PowerPoint presentations or larger videos, you should put them out on Box and share them via Blackboard. That way you don't have to submit an RT ticket and worry about running up into your course quota. You can create share links and you can invite collaborators. So share links allow you to share documents and folders, giving a certain level of access. Inviting collaborators, you also give a certain level of access to users as well. There's different types of access levels, such as like co-owner, editor, uploader, so they can see different things in the folder depending on their access level. You can set up notifications for your account, and also on individual folders. That way, if you want to know if something's deleted or something's uploaded, you can access that information and you can see it sent to your UMBC email. So let's talk about how we would share links with others, either via Blackboard or just if we were typing an email. So if you're going to share an item, let's say I wanted to share this folder, I'm actually going to go out and go to my live Box folder. So I'm going to stop this and share my screen. Hopefully you can see my screen. Let me make this a little bit bigger. So if I wanted to share one of these folders, I can simply click on the share and I can do a get share link. And I can also click on this activate share link beside the folder here. So I'm just going to click get share link. And in this area, it's going to provide me with a hyperlink that I can copy and paste into Blackboard. There are some advanced features that you can enable on the share link. So if you wanted to create a custom path, a custom URL, let's say these were your videos, it only appears at the end of the umbc.box.com URL. I think I said the hyperlink wrong at the beginning. It's umbc.box.com, not box.umbc.edu. That's Blackboard. Oops. So you can create this custom URL. You can require a password be set on the folder. So you would have to, if you were sending this hyperlink to other users, you would have to give them the password. You can also disable this link on a certain date. So if you wanted people to not have access after a certain date, you can enable that feature. And then if you want to not allow them to download the information, you would uncheck this area. That means they only have viewing privileges. So they cannot see, they cannot download what was in the folder, of course. So it's going to tell me should be between 3 and 30 characters. I don't have any spaces. I click save. And now you'll see I have my custom URL. Then below here is where you would give the access level to the folder. You would have people with the link. That means anybody that gets a hold of the link. People in the company. That means UMBC. Or people in this folder. So anybody you've invited to be a collaborator on this folder, and if they get access to this link, they're going to be able to access the folder. So it tells me now that this link will expire. And it says anyone with the link can view this folder. You notice before it said anybody can download, because if I went back into the settings and I allowed for the download, that's going to change. And see, now it says can view this folder and download the contents. So I'm simply going to copy this URL, and then I'm going to go out to Blackboard, and I'm going to go into one of my courses. This is an older, this is my spring course. And wherever I want to put this folder, access to this folder, I'm going to build content. It has to be in a content area. And I'm going to create what's called a web link. I'm going to give this a title. And then I'm going to paste that URL that I had into this area. I can write in any textual documentation or information that I need to incorporate to make sure that users know what this folder is. I can attach or drag and drop any files that I need to, and I can set the display parameters on this link. So I'm going to go ahead and click submit. And now you will see that this link has dropped to the bottom of the page, and when users click on it, it's going to take them to the folder that contains all the information. Any questions about share links? Go back to which part? So basically, oh, okay. So it ended up at the bottom of the page here. Any item you create in Blackboard, the most recent item drops to the bottom of the page. And I can always move this. You're welcome. Okay, so another way that you can share items on Blackboard through Box is through the embed code. So if you want to be fancy and you want to embed live documentation or you want to embed the live video thumbnail, you can simply go into Box and you're going to go into the item that you want to share. So let's say I wanted to share this video out of my class. I'm going to click More Options, which is the little, I'll call that the little Lego symbol. And I'm going to go to More Actions, and I'm going to choose the Embed widget. The Embed widget is going to provide you with what's called an embed code. This is in an HTML format. You don't need to worry about all that. You simply are just going to copy this like you did with the hyperlink. You can also set how large you want the thumbnail to appear. So if it's a document, if you want it to appear a little bit bigger, or if it's a video, you want it to be a little bit smaller to where they can click on the information. Then I'm gonna do a little preview if I want to see what it's gonna look like, how big it's gonna be, and it shows me it's gonna download a preview of the file, and I can take a look at it and see if that looks okay to me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna copy this iframe code, and I'm gonna go out to Blackboard where I want to submit this video. Where do I want it to be at? So again, you're going to need to go to a content area. I'm going to go to Build Content, and this time I'm going to create an item. And I'm just going to call this Self-Paced Video. Now here's the difference in between creating a share link and creating a hyperlink or doing an embed code in Blackboard. You're going to need to go to the HTML button within the text editor in order to embed the code that you just copied. So you're going to click on the HTML button, you're going to paste that code, and click Update. And what you should see appear in Blackboard is an outline of the video or the documentation that you have. You won't see the video itself until you click Submit or the documentation, but you should see an outline of it. Then again, you can set up your display parameters, and then you're going to click Submit. And what's going to happen is it's going to place the thumbnail that you just created with that embed code into that area. Now, when students see this, they're going to be able to click on the thumbnail and just see the video. I did add item, yep. Instead of, as opposed to like, you could do a web link, but that means you can provide, you need to have access to this text editor because you need that HTML button. But then again, you're also going to have to provide a URL on this one. So I think it's easiest to do just that add item. And then you have that simple type in the title and then paste. I think so. I think so, yeah. And I also think if it's a really important video, like, yeah, exactly. That's just what I was going to say, Tara. Yes, definitely. So we have, when we talk about course design stuff, the instructors, the way they set up their classes, they'll incorporate like an intro video, an orientation video like you know about, and some, if students need to review something before they come to lab, say for chemistry or biology, you can, have those videos up. And I think students are more likely, if they see the video, they're more likely to click on it and they can see how long it is. Yep. Any questions about the share link or the embed code? Great. So one of the things I recommend that if you are using like lots of PowerPoint presentations, using lots of documentation in your course, you have pictures, you have videos, you want to be sure that so this is the widget embed. You want to be sure that you're sharing those things, either you're putting them in a box folder and you're sharing out the link, Again, so it doesn't take up your space on your Blackboard course. So those are one of the ways we recommend that people use this. And if somebody emails us or they submit an RT ticket and they say, I've met my course quota, you'll instantly hear us say that we recommend that you use Box because it has unlimited space. And this is another way to just organize and have your files backed up as well. So you don't need, they could do it. You can have it, I think you can set it to open in a new window. Yep. So they can still open it in a new tab. So this way, Box allows you to have some more organization in terms of your course design. And you always have, instead of things being on Blackboard, because eventually we do retire courses and they get removed from the server, you have your important content and documentation available through Box. So it's stored out on the cloud so you can access it. Are there any questions about that? Okay, what's your question? So every student, faculty, and staff member at UMBC has access to Box. You close the course. You just close the course because you're going to be putting these within your course shells. Yeah, I would do that. Yeah, that sounds good. Yep. Because you can just simply make a copy of the folder. Well, one thing I would do is a lot of instructors, they do it per semester. So that way, if you're just using it for fall, if students don't have access to the shell, they can't access the link. The other thing you can do is you can set those links to expire. They could save the link, but if you set it to expire at a certain time, they're not going to be able to have access to it. So you can set it to expire for them at the end of the semester. And that way, if they saved the link, they wouldn't have access to it after that date. You still can. You can just copy it and use it again. But it's going to generate. For Blackboard, yes. Yeah, Tara, I totally understand. I do the same thing. Yes, if you want to know, so if you're sharing links and things on Box, it's not going to be taking up your quota. But if you want to know, let me go and share my screen again. If you want to know how much quota space you have in Blackboard, or how much you're taking up, you can go into your course shell. And I'm going to go down here to customization. And then, oops, sorry, not customization. I'm going to go to packages and utilities. Now I'm going to do an export. And through here, you can do calculate size. And it tells you how much you're taking up. Okay. In your course. Like I said, it's 500. I don't know why that one's 1,000, but it's 500 megabytes. And you'll know if you run out against your quota because Blackboard will let you know. It will tell you. Okay, so we have FAQs on Box available at umbc.edu/FAQs, and you can search Box. And there's also a great site available in Box. It's called Box University. that allows you to take training for free for things in Box. So if you want to do other things than what I've described with Box, if you're using it for other productivity purposes, you can go ahead and you can go out to Box University. And basically what it does is it tells you, it gives you step-by-step, what are you trying to do. If you want to talk about Box's applications, it also has, since we have Office 365, you can access the Microsoft apps out there, and you can go through and you can take these different courses, which are mostly self-paced. All right. Any other questions? No, not for this. And when I talk about Box Sync, I mostly talk about that with I talk about it with faculty and staff, but that is not our recommended way to sync it to your folders. Our recommended way is to do it either through WebDAV. So I can send you. Let me paste in that URL, and I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.